Tune into the love. Really, like take a moment and feel the voltage on your heart, the voltage of your heart. Let this moment be like checking the gas tank, or if you have an electric car that you're looking at the charge. It's not a value judgment. It's not better if it's full or worse if it's empty. You're just taking stock. You're checking in. And then from that place of presence, you can then decide what you need right now. Do you need more love? Do you need to love more? What's the truth? I'm super, super excited to be here with you all today. And to feel my heart, and with my heart, feel yours. Makes me think about Kirtan Soul Revival. Any of you guys that knew that band? Your heart, I love with mine. Welcome Erica, welcome Brittany, welcome Thomas, welcome Debbie. You know, we have these names, but really we're hearts tuning into each other's hearts. And I want to let you know right here out the gate, whatever it is that you need, it's here for you. If you're needing more love, it means there's more love right here, right now. If you're looking for the channel through which to distribute your love, that channel is here, right now. We've had these requests come in to talk about building team. And in fact, many of our clients are building teams right now, and it's so powerful to witness. And I really want to talk about that. And I want to review this life raft metaphor. So we're going to do that today too. But let's start today with team. From this heart-centered place, because that's who you guys are. You guys are servants of love. You have enormous hearts. Your hearts are what guide you. So don't table that to come into this conversation. We want to bring that into this conversation. Because the truth is that what's going to make your team the sweetest and most powerful experience for you is when your heart is opened by your relationships with them, by your leadership of them. Welcome, Don. Right? If your team doesn't light you up, doesn't lift your heart, there's something out of alignment. For me, building a team was challenging because it's hard for me to release control and let other people help me. Like, I like my way of doing things, and I'm real specific about it, and I hold a very high standard of excellence, whether it's around punctuation or punctuality. And in the beginning, I just felt like I couldn't let go. That was one problem that I had. The other problem that I had was the opposite extreme, of feeling like this is this thing I don't have any interest in at all. I don't want to do it. You take it. And then I would disappear. Like, peace out, I'm not involved. There's a sweet spot when it comes to delegation, and that's not the wrong direction, but I took it to an extreme. It was just like I lost my consciousness. I went unconscious in that area. And this is the thing. When you build a team, when you bring on new team members, sometimes it takes more time in the beginning to get them onboarded and clear about how to do their job, not less. So although you're hiring team to take things off your plate and help you to scale and do more, serve more, it's not always immediate and instantaneous that they can do that. It might be, okay? I'm not saying it can't happen that way, because I think it can. You can hire the right person and they literally just relieve you immediately of all these things that you either can't do, don't know how to do, or are overwhelmed by. But there is, you got to be willing, something that I've learned the hard way, you got to be willing to work more to support them in stepping in, to support them in figuring out how to do their job. And that's what it means to be a supervisor, a boss. It's not that you do the job. It's not that you're controlling. Welcome, Amara. Welcome, Shri. It's that you are conscious. You give attention to the people that are on your team in alignment with their job, with their work. So I'm not talking about micromanaging. I'm not talking about coaching them. I'm not talking about doing their job for them or looking over their shoulder all the time. But there's a sweet spot, right? My challenge was finding the sweet spot. I went all the way to one extreme. I won't let you do anything because I'm going to do it all. Or the opposite. You take it. I'm not even going to pay attention. And what I found is that it's a space in the middle. Not necessarily centrally in the middle, but it's in between those two extremes where you're going to find the sweet spot. How frequently you need to meet with your team, individually and as a group. How frequently you need to check in and hold them accountable. One of the best things that I've ever done in my whole business was hire an online business manager who focuses on the accountability, organization, and systems and processes of my team. Because I didn't want to do that. I think that's actually something that I can be good at, but it takes me a long time and I have no actual interest in that. So let's zoom back actually. How do you know when it's time to hire? How do you know who to hire? One of my favorite exercises for this is making a list of all the tasks that you do day to day in your business and also in your personal life. So taking out the garbage, washing dishes, that stuff too. Make a list of all the things that you do on a day-to-day basis and articulate for yourself an hourly rate. For some of you, this is very easy. You charge an hourly rate. For some of you, this might be more challenging. If you're like me and you work in a package context, it's not necessarily that you're charging by the hour. So approximate, okay? Let's say you charge $1,000 an hour, okay? Then you look down the list of all those tasks that you've named and you ask yourself, would I pay someone else to do this job for $1,000 an hour? Would I pay someone else to do my laundry for $1,000 an hour? No, I don't think anyone would say yes to that. So then that's a job to delegate. If you wouldn't pay someone your hourly rate to do it, then you delegate it. That becomes part of what you task out to someone else. Unless you love to do it. You just love it. It brings you joy and you genuinely don't want to let it go. You would do it for fun. You would do it in your free time. You would do it for free. Okay? If it falls into that category, great. Then you can keep it. Similar with, like, for example, if you have a coaching business or a healing business and you are wanting to bring, like, let's say you want to bring people on to work for you, work with you, to do healing and or coaching as part of your team, then you have to ask yourself, would you pay someone else $1,000 an hour to do that? And if the answer is yes, that's your work. Just keeping it simple. Okay? So hiring team is something that I recommend that people do when they have a consistent income. Doesn't have to be big income, but consistent income. When you know that you can bring money into your business, then you can bring on team. And you can actually use bringing on more team to up-level your business. So, we hired 6, maybe 7 people since the pandemic started. And that has just raised the standard on me because I'm still the one bringing money into this company. I'm the one responsible for that. And actually, if we're honest, I will always be the one responsible for that. Even if I have a huge team of salespeople, it's still bottom line. I'm the one who has to take responsibility for that. Because it's my company, right? I can't delegate that and just go unconscious around that. So, real practical stuff we're talking about. But this stuff, right, stay in your heart. Keep coming back to your heart. Are you leaving your love as we talk about this? Or are you using this to go more into your love? Henry's asking hard questions about how to serve in this time. And I actually think that what I'm talking about is one of those things, because we're talking about creating jobs, right? A lot of people have lost their jobs during this time. If you are in a position in your business to expand and hire, that's a tremendous service to the world. You're creating new employment. You're creating new jobs. And chances are, given who tunes into my community, the people that you're going to create jobs for are going to have the opportunity to work in some ideal context. They're going to be able to do exactly the work that they love, because that's the standard that you hold. That's beautiful. Where do you leave your love? Dorte, Rihanna. Where do you leave your heart when you think about these things? Just notice. And I love what Rihanna's saying. Let's see if I can throw this up here. Visualize hiring people you love in support of your vision of service, because it feels good. Visualize hiring people that you enjoy working with that raise the standard. Okay, this is another energetic. You want to hire people that are as good as you are at the thing that they're going to do, ideally even better. You want to hire people that are better than you at the job you're hiring them for. Not just that they have time that you don't, not just that they have willingness that you don't, not just, right? But that they're actually better qualified to do it. That can be a hit on the ego, right? Again, the one who likes to control, the one who likes to be in charge might resist seeing where you're actually not the best at something. Those are the places to hire people. As soon as your business has the legs to do it, hire someone else to do that. Knowing that they're going to demand more of you in a good way, that you're creating a job for someone, especially in a pandemic. This is always useful, but especially right now. And Debbie's asking, to what degree do we need to feel aligned with the people that you hire? I mean, that's a very important question. What do you think the answer is? Again, what serves the vision of your heart? There is no way that the vision that's flowing through you from your heart, from your soul, would ever require of you that you somehow sacrifice that same vision or that same resonance in order to move it forward. No. So does that mean that you have to be the same as? No. Some of the best people on my team are so different from me. Hi, Shannon. They're like polar opposites. That's what makes us great together. But we share the values of vision, follow through, and excellence, right? We have the same resonance around what we're doing together. Debbie, I feel like you're asking this question there's something energetically, like you're thinking about something that you're not saying. Just say it. What's the actual question that you're asking? I like this direction. Lean in. Working with a team will bring up all of your material. Whatever material you have, working with a team will take you there. It'll show you your codependency. It'll show you your need for boundaries. It will show you where you are controlling. It will show you where you go unconscious. It's relationship. And if you're anything like me, and most humans on the planet, relationship is complex. Relationship is demanding. Relationship is nuanced and sophisticated and requires emotional maturity. It asks for energy and attention. You can't just, it's not like I'm looking at this ZZ plant, right? I didn't even know this was a real plant when I got it because it needed literally nothing from me. That's a very undemanding relationship, right? It doesn't even need water. It doesn't even need that much light. I'm talking specifically about that one, okay? The one in the white pot, okay? All these other ones, much more demanding. That one, very, very undemanding. There's some people that you'll hire that will be very undemanding. And long term in your business, it's not that the people are the demanding part, but the task of supervising them is real. And if I could go back and whisper little sweet nothings to myself years ago, this is what I would say. The other thing that I've learned that's been really helpful is that you need to hire people who really do want to be in service of someone else's vision. If you're hiring people who the truth is they want to live their vision, they want to have their own company, they want to be their own boss, that's going to cause problems. They need to go do that. And you can be the first person to support them. Go do that. You don't need to serve my vision. Because there's tons of people who don't want to have their own business. They don't want to be the one bottom line responsible for maintaining the income and making sure that the company has legs. So great. Let them support you. I have two huge celebrations from clients around team. One of them has recently, this is a superstar client. She's created a multiple six-figure business nearly overnight, didn't even exist a year ago, and has just done amazing work. She's a brilliant, inspiring human. And in the last few months, she was navigating her own consistency, struggling to find what's the source of what's the fuel supply for this business? Because it was inconsistent for her. She was kind of on again, off again. And what emerged out of that was such deep and intimate love for the people that she serves and the people that she serves with. So the fuel that she has discovered is love. It is love for her clients. It is love for her team that is serving her, that is fueling her, that is bringing out the devotion that's required for her to be consistent in this business so that she doesn't keep taking her foot off the gas or even on putting it on the brakes. And so every time I talk to her now, she's just it's like she's in this, honeymoon with her company. She loves her clients. She loves her team. She wants to give them everything she can. They are calling forth this bigger, more loving, more fulfilled version of her, all of the above. So, Debbie Beautiful, I love that you found that. You want to hire people who want to serve with you, who share your vision, who want to get behind your vision energetically. Okay, the person that I hired that I think of when I think about this, the conflict, the energetic conflict, she might not even know I'm talking about her. It wasn't like consciously she was trying to be in charge and take over in my company. It was an energetic thing that I could just tell. She wanted to go big in a way that being on my team wasn't letting her. She wanted to be the one on camera. She wanted to be the one out front. And we did beautiful work together for a long time. And then as soon as that part kind of took over, she needed to go off and do her thing. She could no longer serve my vision once her own desire for her own greatness took over. And I want to be really clear, this is not a hierarchy thing, okay? This is just a role. there are people who don't want to be the one in charge. They don't want to be responsible for the bottom line. Great. That's a prerequisite for your employees and your independent contractors. If they do want to be their own boss, if they do want to do their own thing, chances are they're not the right fit for you, because they need to go run their own show. They need to have their own business. Let them. Coming back to my client who has fallen in love, who has found that love is the source of her fuel for consistency in her business. Love of the people that she works for, works with, works alongside. Her clients and her team equally. She's in love with all of them. Second example, I had a client hire me recently, just in the last few months, to help her increase her income. And over the short time that we worked together, she increased her income, but we just actually completed our work together recently. And the thing that she said to me was that it wasn't the money that made her feel so successful. It was the team that she built over the course of the time that we worked together. Because her pattern when we met was getting lost in the weeds of all the little stuff that she couldn't let herself receive the support. And so she was doing it all, trying to do it all herself. And it meant that she couldn't expand. She couldn't take on, she actually didn't want more clients because it would mean more work for her. She didn't have any more capacity for more work. She could not exponentially grow in that way. She had reached that point where she had to hire people to help her to build both the physical aspect of her business, the virtual, like calendar, email scheduling, all those kinds of things, marketing. She has hired 4 people in the last few months. And she literally is sky high, like so thrilled, because now, guess what she gets to do? Exactly what she wants to do. Exactly what she uniquely is masterful at doing. She doesn't need to take care of all this other stuff. It's not what she loves. It's not what she's even that good at. And this woman is fucking powerful in a way. She's one of the most powerful people I've ever met. And so when she's stuck in the weeds trying to deal with all the little nitty gritty details of her business, she can't actually do her service. She has to have that stuff taken off her plate in order to shine at her highest level of mastery. When my online business manager came on in that role, we'd been working together for some tech projects for a while, but when she took on this greater responsibility, over and over and over again, she said to me and she said to the rest of my team, our job is to take things off Jesse's plate. And I'm the guard, like the prison guard. I'm here to fight. If it doesn't have to be in front of Jesse, it's not. Literally made my life. I felt so defended, so protected, like someone was fighting for me. It felt so good. I love that. And so I want to bring in this. I actually think that these 2 client stories are a really sweet transmission. That your team is meant to challenge you in your capacity to receive. How much support can you receive? It's a real question. And how much love can you experience in the exchange? I don't mean that you're necessarily like sending love letters, flowers, sending bonuses all the time. That's not what I mean. I mean that you are in your love, in your business, when you're interacting with your team, when you're interacting with your clients, of course, too. That's a key piece of the scaling of your business. It's not just about getting more clients. It's about scaling your love, scaling your heart, scaling your service. How do you do that? How do you do that exponentially? You do that by transmitting your love unconditionally. You do that by fueling yourself in a way that allows you to transmit that love unconditionally. And you do that by bringing in the support that positions you to focus exclusively on what will bring you the highest voltage of love. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Make sense? All right. That's what I have to say about team. Let's close today with just a little recap of the lifeboat metaphor, which we talked about last time. So juicy, so important. And I want to bring in one more nuance this time. So we're thinking Life of Pi. If you've seen Life of Pi, you've got that image in your mind. We all had some trauma, some challenge. It could have been as simple as just growing up. It could have been horrifying abuse, the house burning down, losing everyone in your family. I mean, whatever the extremes are, just we're lumping them together in this framework. There was trauma. We all had trauma, okay? The trauma had us running away from the source of trauma to find rescue on a lifeboat. The lifeboat is where you are in some ways in your life right now. Not always, okay? I'm still on a lifeboat in certain ways, okay? This metaphor is anytime, all the time relevant. The lifeboat represents your defense mechanisms, your programs, the roles that you play. And just to connect the dots, I'm connecting this to team because if you're controlling, you're on a lifeboat. If you go unconscious and just want other people to be the magic pill that takes care of it, you're on a lifeboat, okay? It's not a bad thing. It's the lifeboat is what rescued you, okay? It's a powerful thing. Most people, in one way or many ways, get stuck on the life raft. They get stuck there. It rescued them, and they're just like, I don't ever want to leave this. But if you think about it, as human beings in the metaphor, we're not meant to live full time on the water. We're certainly not meant to live full time in a life raft with a tiger who might eat us at any minute. Like that's not our baseline as humans, okay? We're designed to live on land. We're designed to build, serve, love, expand, grow, learn, okay? So the life raft that we are on in whatever arena of our life you're thinking about, whether it's money or building a team, wherever it is that you're playing small, wherever it is that you're hiding, wherever it is that you're still defending and protecting yourself to, again, respond to this old trauma, the opportunity that's awaiting you is the delivery. That the life raft, yes, it was meant to rescue you, but it's also meant to deliver you to land. What does land look like? Well, in the context of team, it looks like these clients of mine who are literally ecstatic because they're so in love with their team. They feel so grateful to be supported, and they've done the work to get free enough to allow that in, to allow this team into their life, into their business, while still staying in their power, while still staying in their authority. They're still the ones who are the boss of the business, so that they can actually build, not just survive, but thrive. Not just escape, but return to land, to build on solid earth. The life raft is known. The life raft is familiar. So as horrifying as it might be, Alexa is talking. As shitty as the life raft is, all things considered, it's so safe for us compared to the trauma. So it's a big deal for us to leave it. It's a big deal for us to set foot on solid ground and to be willing to say thank you so much to this life raft. I'm ready to let you go. I don't need you anymore. I've got land here. I've got solid land. I don't need my life raft. What I've been reflecting on a personal level, I'll just leave you with this today, is that for me, very personally, the very first time that I experienced this was when I began to cultivate a relationship with what I call God, Spirit, Source, the name of unconditional love. That's what I would say God is. God is just the word that encapsulates that which is unconditionally loving. When I chose to practice meditation, go to India on pilgrimage, cultivate a relationship with this unconditional divine love, I didn't feel the need to grip onto my life raft. I could let it go. It was faith in that love that allowed me to let it go. That allowed me to say, you know what? I don't really know what's on this solid land in front of me, but I trust this love enough to let go of my grip on this life raft that has saved me, and to take shelter of this unconditional love, to be guided by this unconditional love. Another way of saying this that I think is really relevant to you guys: we were born open. The trauma had us closed to protect ourselves. We needed to do that. That was important. Now here we are living with our closed hearts, realizing how much we're shutting out. Opening them unconsciously is reckless. Opening them consciously is terrifying. How do we do it? How do we open our hearts consciously? By connecting to that which is unconditionally loving. By taking shelter of that which is unconditional love, that which I'm calling God. That's the only way to do it. For me, I don't think I could do it otherwise. It's too scary. Too scary to leave this raft. It is an act of faith in divine love to leave your life raft. It's a powerful, beautiful thing. It is not for everyone. So celebrate the places in your life where you have chosen to open your heart, because if you have done that even once in your life, and I know you all have done it many times, but even one time to open is radical, powerful. The opportunity that is in front of you is to open more and know that there is more fortification there, not less. That there is more support for you there, not less. To know that there is more money, more capacity, more support, not less. That's what I'm holding for every one of you. That the direction that you are going in, as terrifying as it may be, as unfamiliar as it may be, is defined by more love, not less. By more support, not less. By more ease, not less. By more relief, not less. And that the pathway to that has a great deal to do with your faith in what I'm calling God, unconditional love. This is true whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an artist, whether you're a soccer mom. More love, not less. You can have what you want. You can be who you are. You can receive more as you step into the truth of who you are. And I am your champion in that. Till next time. I love you guys so much.